The boxing world is abuzz with anticipation for a showdown between Canelo-Alvarez and David Benavidez. Yet, negotiations for this super fight have hit a snag. One of the biggest culprits seems to be the finances for the fight. Canelo, boxing's biggest draw, commands a hefty purse, and deservingly so. Benavidez, while a rising star, hasn't reached the same level of stardom. Nor does Benavidez has the landmark fights, title defenses, and all the other accolades and laurels that Canelo possesses in his boxing career. Benavidez fights haven't attracted the same viewership, making it difficult to justify a split that is not on Canelo's terms. Boxing is a business, and the financial viability of a fight plays a crucial role in its materialization. Until a compromise can be reached that satisfies both fighters and the stakeholders involved, this dream match hangs in the balance. The question arises, if Benavidez agrees to all of Canelo's terms, will that be enough for Canelo to accept the fight? We must remember, along with being a superstar in the boxing ring, Canelo is also a rising star in the world of business. With a net worth reported of over $280 million, it is safe to say Canelo is not exactly hurting for money. Apart from his famous clothing brand, Canelo has ventured into the spirit business with VMC, a tequila-based canned cocktail that is selling off the shelves. Canelo has also ventured into the sports drink and supplement business with his brand Yaoka. And being the athlete he is, why wouldn't aspiring athletes want to train like the best? That is not all. Canelo has an energy company, suitably called Canelo Energy, which owns petrol stations and convenience stores across Mexico. There are myriads of other business, such as restaurants, transportation business, hospitality, etc., that Canelo is involved in, so money is not the sole motivator for Alvarez when it comes to this fight. For Canelo, this fight is about one and one thing only: legacy. Adding fuel to the fire are the vocal pronouncements of Jose Benavidez Sr., David's father and trainer. Benavidez Sr. has publicly criticized Canelo on numerous occasions, questioning his opposition and accusing him of avoiding his son. These comments, while intended to promote his son and apply pressure, have soured the relationship between the two camps. Canelo, a proud champion, is unlikely to be swayed by such tactics. If anything, Benavidez Sr.'s comments may have hardened Canelo's stance, making him less inclined to offer concessions. Negotiating a fight requires a delicate balance of respect and gamesmanship. While some trash talk can generate hype, excessive negativity can backfire, creating personal animosity that hinders negotiations. Some argue that Benavidez Sr.'s outspokenness stems from a genuine belief that his son is avoided. The question remains, will Benavidez Sr.'s comments ultimately help or hinder his son's chances of securing the Canelo fight? Beyond the financial and personal dynamics, the sporting aspect cannot be ignored. David Benavidez is a dangerous opponent, arguably the biggest threat in Canelo's weight class. At 26 years old, Benavidez boasts an undefeated record with 26 wins, 23 by knockout. His relentless pressure, volume punching, power punching, and powerful body attack make him a formidable challenge for any super middleweight. Benavidez possesses a significant size advantage over Canelo, standing 2 inches taller with a longer reach. However, it must be noted that facing taller opponents is nothing unusual to Canelo. David's age, voluminous punching, and relentless style could certainly pose problems for the aging champion. Canelo, while he claims is still in his prime, will turn 34 this year. He has been fighting professionally since the age of 15. No matter the defensive skills, hip movement, and head movement, fighting professionally for 20 years will take a toll on the best of the best. Father Time waits for no one. Canelo has shown some vulnerability in recent fights, particularly against fighters who can match his power and aggression. He's been getting caught a lot more than he used to earlier, and this could pose significant problems to Canelo. Benavidez's relentless pressure and size could disrupt Canelo's timing and counterpunching ability, as was the case against Dimitri Bivol. If you compare the punches thrown by Bivol in his fight against Canelo, according to CompuBox, Benavidez has similar stats of punches thrown in his fights. Now, it doesn't need to be said and should be known, Canelo is not just another opponent, and statistics can be skewed. Canelo is him. The talent of Canelo is something that David has never encountered within the squared circle, and therefore these stats can't tell the complete picture. For that, we will have to wait until we see the two step into the ring. And that is exactly why this fight is as desired as it is by boxing fans across the world. Legacy versus reward. For Canelo, this fight presents a calculated risk. A victory over Benavidez solidifies his legacy further as one of the greatest boxers of all time. It would silence critics who claim he avoids certain opponents. Boxing is an unforgiving business, and as in life, it is what have you done for me lately? Lest we forget that Canelo had to hear the same criticism with the Triple Gs, Caleb Plants and Erislandy Laras of the world. However, a loss could be devastating, potentially tarnishing Canelo's legacy. Canelo has already achieved a level of success and financial security that allows him to be selective. Benavidez, while offering a significant challenge, may not provide the same financial upside as other potential opponents. It remains to be seen whether the lure of facing a dangerous, undefeated opponent like Benavidez will outweigh the potential risks involved. The ghost of Mayweather and Pacquiao continues to haunt boxing. It's important to remember that boxing, beyond the spectacle and athleticism, is a business. And perhaps no one made this point more emphatically than the great TMT Floyd Mayweather. Floyd never shied away from the fact that he deliberately delayed some fights, particularly the Pacquiao fight. It presented more risk at the time the fans would have liked to see it take place than reward. As the fight marinated, it not only became less dangerous but also earned both fighters even more money than perhaps even they had anticipated. This may be to the dismay of boxing fans and enthusiasts, and perhaps even boxing purists. But if you analyze it from a business perspective, it is a brilliant strategy. There is, however, one big issue when it comes to this strategy for Canelo. Benavidez is not Manny Pacquiao. We do not mean in terms of fighting capability, where one would argue that Pacquiao was one of one. There will simply never be another fighter like him, or achieve what he did, moving up multiple weight divisions and capturing world titles. What we mean here is that while both Mayweather and Pacquiao were of similar age, and both in the back half of their careers, Benavidez is just entering his boxing prime. On the contrary, it is Alvarez who is heading towards the end of his career, and that is one significant distinction from the Mayweather and Pacquiao scenario. Promoters, broadcasters, managers and sponsors will not be an issue in a fight of this magnitude. There is enough honey in the pot for all the stakeholders to come together and make this happen. The business side of boxing can be as complex and challenging as the sport itself, and surely at times it denies the fans from seeing the best fight the best. However, when you look at the success of fighters who took pride in the business side, such as Floyd Mayweather, it is hard to deny the lure for Canelo. As David continues to win and Canelo continues to collect W's himself, this fight will grow bigger and bigger until it becomes a behemoth that cannot be denied. We do not at all want to suggest that Canelo is ducking Benavidez, because to do so would suggest that he is cowardly. Any man or woman who put their life on the line each time they walk into a ring is anything but a coward. They deserve nothing but respect from all fight fans, and Canelo has faced anyone that has been put in front of him. Let's not forget, the man had no reason to fight a beast like Dimitri Bivol, but he did, and came up short, but he did. Will it ever happen? Simply put, yes, it will. For the same reason Canelo took the challenge of facing Bivol, it is legacy that he's after. Canelo has been awarded with the financial circumstances that he finds himself in because he always dared to be great. We here at Fight is Life think that Canelo is simply waiting for 2025 to make this fight. Win or lose, this will probably be one of the last fights of Canelo's career, if not the last. For boxing fans, it represents a clash of styles and generations. a chance to witness two of the best super middleweights in the world battle for supremacy. For Canelo, a victory over Benavidez would solidify his legacy and silence doubters forever. For Benavidez, it's an opportunity to dethrone a legend and etch his name in boxing history, create generational wealth and get the torch passed from Canelo as the next big thing. We know David throws punches in bunches, as did Bivol. We know Canelo's reflexes have slowed down. But we also know that Canelo has a legendary chin and supreme power and timing with his counters. We know David is gifted with power also, but apart from perhaps Deontay Wilder, who else has been more gifted with power in this century than Triple G? If David lands, and it does not faze Canelo, as it happened in the fight with Triple G, Canelo could make it a very long night for David. All these questions can only be answered in the ring. Until then, the boxing world will wait with bated breath, hoping that one day the dream fight between Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez will become a reality. For more videos like this, and the latest news updates in boxing and MMA, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so that you are notified when we upload more content such as this.